In every age, there are journeys that test the human body, journeys that challenge the mind, and journeys that transform the soul. The Kailash Manasarovar Yatra belongs to the last. In 2025, after years of longing and anticipation, the path to one of Earth's most sacred landscapes opens once again. For centuries, sages, monks, and seekers have walked this path, not seeking adventure, not chasing conquest, but answering a call. Mount Kailash is no ordinary mountain. It is revered by four of the world's oldest faiths: Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Bon. Yet no climber has ever set foot on its summit, not because it is unclimbable, but because to climb it would be to disturb the cosmic order itself. This is not just a destination. It is a pilgrimage into silence, into mystery, into the eternal. And it begins, as all great journeys do, with the first step. Day 1. Arrival in Kathmandu. The story begins in Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal. Nestled in a valley surrounded by the Himalayas, this ancient city is where pilgrims from across the world gather, all united by a single desire: to see Mount Kailash with their own eyes. Kathmandu is no stranger to devotion. Its streets echo with the ringing of temple bells. The scent of incense drifts through narrow alleys, and stupas rise above bustling neighborhoods like guardians of the old ways. As pilgrims arrive, they are welcomed into the comfort of the Radisson Hotel, a place of rest before the days of pilgrimage ahead. Nervous smiles are exchanged, luggage is sorted, altitude medicines and woolen scarves are packed carefully into bags. There is excitement, but also a quiet seriousness, for everyone knows that what lies ahead is not a vacation, it is a test. Day 2. Pooja at Pashupatinath. Pilgrims assemble at Pashupatinath Temple, the sacred abode of Lord Shiva and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The temple stands on the banks of the sacred Bagmati River. Here, for centuries, kings, sages, and commoners alike have bowed before the lingam of Mahadev. It is said that without seeking blessings here, no journey to Kailash is complete. The air vibrates with chants. Priests perform elaborate rituals, offering milk, honey, and flowers to the deity. The sound of conch shells fills the morning air, while bells ring in unison. Pilgrims line up to offer prayers. Some close their eyes tightly, whispering personal wishes. Others simply fold their hands in silence, overwhelmed by the moment. This day is not just a ritual. It is a reminder that the yatra begins not with footsteps, but with surrender. When the rituals conclude, the pilgrims return to the Radisson Hotel, where a different kind of preparation unfolds. Back at the hotel, the group engages in lighthearted games, like Pass the Movement, building bonds that will carry them through the difficult days ahead. Later, the pilgrims gather for a detailed briefing session. The group leader explains everything: the terrain they will face, the food they will eat, the unpredictable weather, and the challenges that may arise. They are told what to carry, what to avoid, and how to adapt to the high altitudes of Tibet. Each pilgrim is then provided with essential gear: a sling bag for passports, documents, and phones, a backpack for water, medicines, extra clothing, and daily needs, in a duffel bag to store the rest of their belongings. Along with this, they receive jackets, rain ponchos, hats, and protective gear for the cold. It is a moment of transformation. The journey is no longer an idea, it has taken shape. The yatris are now equipped, both spiritually and physically, to step into the path of Kailash. Day 3. Kathmandu to Nyalam. The journey begins. From Kathmandu, the convoy of buses and jeeps snakes through winding mountain roads toward the Kodari border. The buses provided on this route are not luxurious. This terrain only supports the locally approved vehicles. They are slightly deluxe and comfortable enough for the journey, but not luxury coaches, as only these specific buses operate here. By 5 a.m., the convoy begins its long drive toward the border. The distance from Kathmandu to Kodari is about 106 kilometers. On paper, the journey takes 5 to 6 hours, but in reality, the Himalayan roads are unpredictable. Landslides, floods, or heavy traffic can turn hours into an eternity. Timing is everything. The border closes in the afternoon, and once shut, no one is allowed through. Reaching on time is not just important, it is critical. The scenery is breathtaking. Lush green hills, waterfalls cascading down cliffs, and terraced fields carved into the mountainside. But the roads are narrow, carved into sheer rock faces, demanding courage from every driver. This year, circumstances changed. A massive flood swept away the Nepal-China Friendship Bridge, forcing pilgrims to take an alternate path, Kathmandu to Kodari.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. I mean, till now, I think all the arrangements have been absolutely first class. It's been well anticipated. It's nice. Now we are looking forward to the most exciting part, where we are off to Kailash Manasarovar. Har Har Mahadev.
हमको ये बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है कि 10 साल पहले हम ये रास्ते पे आए थे। अभी जो नया रास्ता बन रहा था केरुंग टिम्यूर से, वो टूट गया। वो बुरी बात नहीं है हमको, क्योंकि हम पुराना रास्ते से फिर से आ गए।
By 11 a.m., the convoy arrives at the Nepal-China border at Kodari. Here, passports are stamped and formalities completed. Pilgrims cross the Zhangmu Bridge, leaving behind the familiar soil of Nepal and stepping into Tibet. On the other side, everything changes. Waiting for them are Tibetan luxury buses with air conditioning, ready to carry them forward. Our buses are equipped with oxygen tanks, ready for use at any time during the journey. If anyone begins to feel symptoms of altitude sickness, immediate support is available to ensure a safer and more comfortable travel experience. But the contrast goes beyond vehicles. The very road beneath their feet tells a new story. The transformation is stark. From the border, the journey continues to Nyalam, about 41 kilometers away, a drive of 2 to 3 hours depending on conditions. As the buses climb higher, the air thins, and the first true taste of altitude begins to set in. By late afternoon, the group arrives at Jangda Kong Hotel in Nyalam, their resting place for the night. The hotel provides warmth and shelter, but it is the care of the support team that makes the difference. After a long and exhausting day, the team prepares fresh, comforting meals for the yatris, simple, nourishing food that eases both body and spirit. As night falls in Nyalam, the pilgrims rest for the first time on Tibetan soil. The sacred journey has truly begun. Day 4. Nyalam to Saga. Morning in Nyalam begins with the aroma of a hearty breakfast. The dining hall fills with the sound of cheerful chatter as pilgrims are served roti with chickpea curry, bowls of cornflakes and muesli, cookies, warm milk, tea, and coffee. The first meal of the day is simple yet nourishing, giving everyone the strength to face the long journey ahead. After breakfast, the participants take a little time to explore the small town of Nyalam. Meanwhile, the kitchen team prepares lunch, steaming rice, lentils, tangy pickles. Once everyone eats, the packing begins. Staff members assist in loading the duffel bags into the buses, ensuring everything is secure for the long drive. By 12 p.m., the pilgrims board the luxury AC buses once again, bidding farewell to Nyalam as the engines roar to life. The road to Saga is long, 240 kilometers, winding across the high plateau of Tibet, a journey that typically takes 7 to 8 hours. Along the way, the landscape shifts dramatically. Towering mountains rise like silent guardians, vast golden plains stretch to the horizon, and scattered nomadic tents remind travelers of the resilience of life at this altitude. Midway, the convoy halts for a short break at Lake Pekukuo. The turquoise waters glisten under the vast Tibetan sky, a hidden gem that feels untouched by time. We were capturing the moment in our hearts before continuing the journey. As night begins to descend, around 9:30 p.m., the buses roll into Saga town. At the Station Manor Hotel, weary travelers are greeted with warmth. Masala tea, coffee, and milk with cookies served instantly as a gesture of welcome. While the guests relax and chat, staff members efficiently unload the duffel bags and allocate rooms, ensuring that everyone settles in comfortably. Once accommodations are arranged, the kitchen team prepares a hot dinner, bringing relief to tired bodies and grateful smiles to faces. In Saga, we conduct an important medical checkup because this is the highest altitude reached so far, and it's here that many travelers first experience signs of altitude sickness. By checking oxygen levels and vital signs, the team can assess who may be more prone to altitude-related issues and ensure everyone continues the journey safely and responsibly. Soon after, pilgrims retreat to their rooms, the long day giving way to peaceful sleep. Saga becomes their new home for the night, another step closer to the sacred lake of Manasarovar. Day 5. Rest day in Saga for acclimatization. Today was a well-deserved rest day in Saga, allowing everyone to acclimatize, before continuing further into the high-altitude landscapes of Tibet. Our dedicated team ensured a homely start to the morning by preparing a wholesome breakfast. Some of our guests who opted for single supplement charges were comfortably settled at the Western Station Sherry Hotel, a luxurious 5-star property known for its extraordinary premises and grand interiors. The rooms were lavishly designed, offering modern comforts amidst the rugged Tibetan terrain. After breakfast, many participants ventured into the town to explore Saga's unique charm, while our kitchen team began preparing a nourishing lunch. By midday, the meal was ready: rice, lentils, seasonal vegetables, and fresh fruits, served warmly when guests returned from their small adventures. Some chose to rest, while others strolled further, soaking in the vibrant life of Saga. One of the day's highlights was a visit near the banks of the Brahmaputra River, known locally as the Yarlung Tsangpo. This mighty river originates from the glacial slopes of Mount Kailash and flows eastward across Tibet before descending into India and Bangladesh. Standing on its banks offered a moment of reflection and reverence for many in our group. As evening settled in, our team once again delighted everyone with a nutritious and delicious dinner, proving that even at these altitudes, the meals prepared were no less than what one might expect from a 5-star hotel kitchen. When night arrived, Saga revealed its own vibrant character. The town lit up with glowing signboards, their bold Chinese characters illuminating the streets and adding to the experience of being in the heart of Tibet. To conclude the day, participants returned to their rooms, rested, and prepared themselves for the next leg of the journey, the much-anticipated drive from Saga to Lake Manasarovar. Day 6, Saga to Lake Manasarovar. Today is one of the most anticipated days of the Yatra. After an early breakfast, we begin our long drive from Saga towards the sacred Lake Manasarovar, situated at an altitude of 4,590 meters. The journey covers about 545 kilometers and usually takes 7 to 8 hours. We travel westward across the vast Tibetan plateau, passing through Dongba and Paryang. As we pass through the Paryang Desert, you can see stretches of sand dunes shaping the landscape. Today's rain hides much of its beauty, but on a clear, sunny day, these golden sands glow under the Tibetan sky, offering one of the most striking views along the journey. We stop for a grand picnic lunch arranged by our kitchen team. Unlike a simple packed meal, this was a full spread carefully prepared and carried in hot cases to preserve the freshness. Participants gathered together in the open landscape, enjoying the food with the backdrop of snow-capped mountains and wide Tibetan grasslands. Many captured photos, shared stories, and soaked in the serene atmosphere. This meal was more than just food. It was an unforgettable experience of togetherness amidst raw Himalayan beauty. After lunch, our local Tibetan agency and guide welcomed the group warmly, extending good wishes for the sacred journey to Mount Kailash. We then resumed the drive, crossing over the Mayumla Pass before descending towards the eastern shore of Lake Manasarovar. As we arrive at Horchu checkpoint, this marks an important transition in our journey. Here, yatris change buses, as local vehicles are not permitted beyond this point, and continue onwards in government-provided buses. From Horchu begins the Manasarovar Parikrama, tracing the sacred lake halfway. After completing the Kailash Parikrama, the journey circles back to this very point, completing the divine circuit around the holy Lake Manasarovar. Along the way, we made a stop to walk closer to the holy waters of Lake Manasarovar. Here, many participants took the opportunity to touch or sprinkle the sacred water, as it is believed to purify the soul and wash away sins.
I feel so healed. To be honest, I never thought of coming here in my life ever. It just started few months back. There was a bit of a calling, and I just heard it, and here I am. And I don't know what to say. I feel so connected. I feel so connected to myself. I can find myself.
Some chose to meditate silently, overwhelmed by the energy of the place, while others simply stood in awe with tears in their eyes. This spiritual encounter with Manasarovar was a highlight of the day. On the way, we pass Rakshas Tal, a strikingly beautiful yet mysterious lake. Known in mythology as the lake of the demon king Ravana, it symbolizes intense penance and spiritual power. Its still, deep waters stand in sharp contrast to the purity and calm of nearby Lake Manasarovar. By 7:30 p.m., we arrived at Swamiji Ashram, where most of our group stayed. The ashram is a humble, dormitory-style accommodation that sits just a few steps away from the shores of Lake Manasarovar. Its simplicity is its charm. It allows pilgrims to stay connected to the divine energy of the lake throughout the night. Many participants find this proximity deeply meaningful, as they can wake up to the first rays of sunlight over the lake and prepare for the next morning's sacred rituals. For those seeking additional comfort, there is the option of staying at the Hot Spring Hotel, located about 15 minutes away from Manasarovar. This hotel is known for its modern amenities, spacious rooms, and relaxing hot spring baths, which provide warmth and rejuvenation at such high altitude. Guests who prefer comfort after a long journey often choose this option, enjoying both luxury and a healing. Day 7. Manasarovar to Darchen, then trek to Deraphuk. The day began very early, around 3 a.m., when participants were woken up for the sacred puja at Lake Manasarovar. By 3:30 a.m., everyone had gathered in a prayer hall located just beside the holy lake. The atmosphere was serene yet powerful. Flickering lamps lit the hall as the chanting of mantras began. According to Hindu, Buddhist, Jain, and Bon traditions, Lake Manasarovar is the most sacred lake on earth. It is believed to have been created in the mind of Lord Brahma before manifesting on earth, hence its name Manas mind and Sarovar lake. For Hindus, the lake is intimately connected to Lord Shiva and is considered a divine source of purity. Buddhists believe that Queen Maya, mother of Lord Buddha, bathed in this lake before giving birth, while Jains associate it with a place where their first Tirthankara attained liberation. The water is said to carry immense spiritual power. Bathing in it or even touching it is believed to cleanse sins of many lifetimes and pave the way for salvation. Pilgrims who meditate by its shores often speak of visions, inner peace, and blessings beyond words. Devotees sat around the sacred Hawan Kund, joining their hands in devotion and offering prayers to Lord Shiva. A beautifully adorned Shiva Linga was worshipped with flowers, incense, and mantras, filling the space with divine vibrations. After the rituals, prasad was distributed among the participants. Following the puja, preparations were made for the ritual bath. Direct immersion in Lake Manasarovar is strictly prohibited to preserve its sanctity and protect pilgrims from harsh conditions. Instead, our team collected fresh lake water in clean buckets and set up private shower tents where each participant could bathe respectfully. Bathing at such high altitude is not recommended due to extreme cold. Still, the experience of washing oneself in the sacred waters, even in this manner, was deeply spiritual and moving. After the puja and ritual bath, a warm breakfast was served by our kitchen team. Soon after, everyone boarded the luxury buses and departed towards Yamadwar, the gateway to Mount Kailash. The drive from Lake Manasarovar to Darchen is about 37 kilometers 1 hour, passing through the small town of Darchen. The journey continued another 20 minutes by bus, until we reached Yamadwar, the gateway of the god of death, a sacred site where pilgrims traditionally offer prayers before beginning the Kailash Parikrama circumambulation.
Excited? Hope to do the parikrama? Yeah, I mean, rest is up to Mahadev.
All right, enjoy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you know what, actually I'm kind of disappointed because I'm not going for Parikrama. Yeah, I just dropped it. But I have enjoyed thoroughly whatever the journey I have gone through till now. Because we NRS came on 1st of July. And then we had a very good time with Checker Society. And JD Expeditions, they have taken care of us very well and have gone through all over Nepal. So we are going to come back again in a couple of years for the Parikrama. Good luck to you all.
Very excited and excellent feeling to have a darshan of Kailash Parvat, and we are just starting to the Parikrama. We are going for the 3 days, and we are very excited, and I am very much thankful to the Trekker Society, especially the Roshan and team. Thank you so much. Har Har Mahadev.
For many, this moment was the fulfillment of a lifelong dream, and the sight of Kailash etched itself forever in their hearts. The air was filled with silence, reverence, and a sense of divine energy that words could never fully capture. At Tarbo Che, a bustling point near Yamadwar, local porters, yaks, and horses awaited. Those who had pre-booked a pony or porter through the Tibetan guide at Lake Manasarovar were allocated their helpers here. Each participant also received a packed lunch prepared by our team. Our trekking journey begins at Yamadwar, the sacred gateway to the Kailash Parikrama. From here, we pass through the entry point and start the 13-kilometer trek to Deraphuk, which takes around 6 to 7 hours. A few hours into the trail, the majestic west face of Mount Kailash comes into view, guiding us forward. Soon after, we reach a small tea shop where travelers can rest and recharge. Continuing our steady climb, we finally arrive at Deraphuk, our destination for the day, resting at the foot of the holy mountain. This marked the official beginning of the Mount Kailash Parikrama. From Yamadwar, participants who chose to undertake the trek began their journey towards Deraphuk, 5,210 meters, the base at the north face of Mount Kailash. Travel options included walking or riding a horse, as vehicular transport was strictly prohibited by the Chinese government. Meanwhile, those not undertaking the trek returned to Darchen by coach and stayed there until the rest of the group completed their circuit. As we begin our trek, the landscape around Kailash unfolds with raw magnificence. The vast Tibetan plateau stretching endlessly, the crisp mountain air carrying a sacred stillness, and above all, the divine aura of Mount Kailash guiding every step. The 13-kilometer journey to Deraphuk takes around 6 to 7 hours. Each step at this altitude is a challenge. The air grows thinner, breathing becomes heavier, yet the determination of every pilgrim only strengthens. The hardship itself feels like a sacred offering, deepening the spiritual experience. Along the Kailash Parikrama, you might spot the Himalayan marmot, a shy, mouse-like creature often seen peeking from its burrow. These playful animals are native to Tibet's high-altitude plains and add a touch of life to the otherwise silent, sacred landscape. After a few hours of steady walking, we finally witness our first breathtaking glimpse of the west face of Mount Kailash. Words fall short here. Standing before this divine sight fills every pilgrim with awe, humility, and unshakable devotion. Many pause, fold their hands, whisper prayers, or simply gaze in silence at the abode of Lord Shiva. As the trek continues, fatigue begins to set in, but relief awaits. We arrive at the first tea shop along the trail. Every turn brings us closer to Deraphuk, where the sacred north face of Kailash awaits, a sight that many describe as life-changing. Not far from our destination, the Deraphuk monastery comes into view across the river. Small, yet profoundly significant, this monastery has stood here for centuries, silently witnessing countless pilgrims completing their parikrama. From this very spot, one can witness the most divine and unobstructed view of Kailash. And finally, we arrive at Deraphuk. Here, the north face of Mount Kailash reveals itself in all its glory, towering, majestic, and overwhelmingly powerful. The energy here is beyond words. Pilgrims often weep, some bow in surrender, while others simply stand frozen in silence before the ultimate symbol of divinity. Our accommodation at Deraphuk is modest, but after this long day, even the simplest guest house feels like a blessing. Pilgrims share food, water, and quiet conversations, their hearts heavy with the day's events, but grateful beyond words for the safety of their fellow travelers. As the evening sets in, everyone gathers outside. The silence is profound, yet within that silence is the loudest prayer of all: gratitude. Day 8. Deraphuk to Zutulphuk. The second day of the Kora is the greatest trial. The path ascends toward Dolmala Pass, rising to 5,630 meters, the the highest point of the pilgrimage. At Deraphuk, uncertainty filled the air. Many participants weren't feeling well after the night at high altitude. A question weighed heavily on everyone's minds. Should we continue towards Dolmala Pass, the toughest part of the journey, or return safely to Darchen? To ensure the well-being of every pilgrim, our Tibetan guide carried out a thorough health check. One by one, oxygen levels were measured. Those whose oxygen levels were above 50% were permitted to ascend and continue the parikrama. Those who didn't meet the criteria, though disheartened, were immediately sent back to Darchen for safety. Today's plan, as per the itinerary, was to ascend the mighty Dolmala Pass and then continue the journey towards Zutulphuk, where we were supposed to stay overnight. However, due to the situation we faced, the plan had to be changed. Instead of heading to Zutulphuk, we made the decision to return directly to Darchen. This way, we could ensure better accommodation, proper facilities, and also regroup with the participants who had stayed back in Darchen earlier. The decision was difficult, but necessary. Health and survival always come first in the mountains. With the group divided, those continuing gathered their strength. Many people get confused between Inner Kora and Charan Sparsh. They often think both are the same, but in reality they're completely different. Each has its own route, level of difficulty, and spiritual purpose. Let's break it down clearly, starting with the sacred Charan Sparsh route. The Charan Sparsh route begins from Deraphuk, located on the northern face of Mount Kailash. From here, devotees trek about 5 to 6 kilometers uphill towards the base of the mountain, to the very point where they can touch the feet of Lord Shiva, symbolically known as Charan Sparsh. Though the distance may sound short, the climb is steep and filled with loose rocks, icy patches, and high winds. It usually takes around 3 to 4 hours to reach the base, and another 2 hours to return to Deraphuk. This route is truly special because it brings you closest to Mount Kailash itself. Standing directly below the towering north face is an indescribable spiritual experience. However, since 2024, the Chinese government has completely restricted access to this area. No pilgrims or tour operators are currently allowed to visit Charan Sparsh, and as of today, it remains closed. Hopefully, in the coming years, this sacred route might reopen for devotees once again. Now, let's move to the Inner Kora. The Inner Kora is a high-altitude circuit that circles much closer to Mount Kailash. But the terrain is extremely demanding, involving steep climbs, rock faces, glaciers, and narrow ridges at elevations often exceeding 5,800 meters. Only experienced trekkers or trained pilgrims attempt this route, usually with Sherpa guidance and special permissions. The path tests not only your physical strength, but also your determination and faith. Those who complete it describe it as a transformative experience, a journey into the very heart of divine energy. Finally, there's the Outer Kora, the main Kailash Parikrama that most pilgrims undertake. So, to summarize, Charan Sparsh takes you directly to the base of Kailash, but is currently closed. Inner Kora is the most difficult, meant for seasoned and spiritually dedicated trekkers, and Outer Kora is the main parikrama, completed by most pilgrims seeking divine blessings. Whichever path one chooses, every step taken around Mount Kailash is more than a journey. It's a sacred act of devotion, faith, and transformation. The air was thin, every step felt heavier, but devotion and determination kept us moving forward. The first climb from Deraphuk was steep, testing both body and spirit, yet, at the top, we were rewarded with the breathtaking view of the east face of Mount Kailash, its mighty presence glowing in the morning light. The sight renewed our energy, reminding us why we had come this far. Shortly after, we reached the first tea shop. It would be our last stop for warmth before Dolmala, with no more shops until after the descent. Then came the heart of the challenge. A grueling 6-kilometer ascent brought us, step by step, to the sacred Dolmala Pass at 5,650 meters. The climb was relentless, but as we stood at the top, surrounded by fluttering prayer flags, the fatigue melted into awe. Here, the spiritual energy was overwhelming. The descent, however, proved no less demanding. Just ahead lay Gaurikunda, a jewel-like turquoise lake deeply tied to goddess Parvati. It is said she performed penance and took ritual baths here. Pilgrims stopped to pray and take in the divine serenity that surrounded the lake. rocky 2-kilometer stretch required every ounce of balance and patience. Helping hands and cautious steps guided us down to the valley floor. From there, the path leveled into a vast valley, stretching endlessly under the wide Tibetan sky. Though exhausted, everyone felt lighter, knowing the hardest part was behind them. The settlement at Zutulphuk was not favorable. The facilities and conditions there were not suitable for our group's well-being, so we made the decision to rush everyone back to Darchen for better accommodation and facilities. Though it was unexpected, this ensured safety, comfort, and a chance to recover after such a challenging day. Day 9. Darchen to Saga. The dawn at Darchen feels different. After completing the sacred Kora, the air is lighter, not in oxygen, but in spirit. From here begins the return journey. The convoy of vehicles snakes its way out of Darchen, across the endless stretches of the Tibetan plateau. Vast plains open before the eye. The silence is immense. After hours on the road, Saga welcomes the weary travelers once again. The town, though modest, now feels like an oasis of comfort. Pilgrims share tea, laughter, and stories of their Kora, knowing that though the road back is long, their spirits are lighter. Saga becomes a place of quiet gratitude. Day 10. Saga to Nyalam. From Saga, the path leads back across rivers and ridges toward Nyalam. The day's journey covers miles of stark beauty, where the plateau slowly begins to surrender its vastness to the embrace of the Himalayas. By evening, Nyalam comes into sight. This border town, resting in the shadow of the mountains, feels both familiar and foreign. Pilgrims check into lodges, the warmth of hot soup reviving tired bodies. Here, so close to Nepal, there is a sense of nearing home, but also a reluctance. For many, the heart wishes to linger, to stay just a little longer in the land of Kailash. Day 11. Nyalam to Kathmandu. Morning in Nyalam is brisk, the air sharp and filled with anticipation. Today, the group will cross back into Nepal, retracing the steps of their arrival. The border crossing is both a farewell and a reunion. Pilgrims take a final look at Tibet, the prayer flags fluttering, the barren yet beautiful landscapes, and then step across into Nepal. On the Nepali side, the scenery changes dramatically. The dry plateau gives way to lush greenery, cascading waterfalls and terraced fields. The sound of rivers rushing through valleys replaces the silence of the plateau. The air grows thicker, filled with oxygen and life. By evening, the convoy reaches Kathmandu, after days of silence and simplicity. Yet within the chaos lies comfort, the comfort of home, family, and familiarity. Pilgrims arrive at their hotels, some eager to rest, others already missing the mountains they left behind. The Kailash Manasarovar Yatra is not about reaching a summit. It is about realizing there is no summit, only a circle, eternal and unbroken. In the flutter of every prayer flag, in the still waters of Manasarovar, in the silent shadow of Kailash itself, the land whispers, "You did not come here by chance. You were called, and once called, you are never the same again."